competition, where your favorite local elected officials, business people, nonprofit executives, community leaders, philanthropists, and activists will be dancing on this glorious stage of Maryland Hall. Aiming to win the Mover and Shaker of the Year award. All of this taking months of rehearsals, planning, emails, meetings, and a lot of sweat for two great causes. Let's hear it for two leaders of the organizations hosting this event, Jackie Coleman, Executive Director of Maryland Hall, and Leslie and Kirk Shadrick, Directors of the Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Jackie Coleman, the Executive Director here at Maryland Hall. I am so excited to be here, and I thank you all for coming and supporting this exciting first-time event here in Annapolis. You know, in the last couple of days, I've had a couple of people ask me, where did this idea come from? How did these two organizations end up together? What's going on here? So I just wanted to take a quick moment to kind of give you that little side story. I will say the whole thing would not have happened if it had not been for the amazing organization, leadership, Anne Arundel. So LAA, much easier to say than leadership, Anne Arundel, hosted an event in the fall of 2022 where I had the opportunity to meet Leslie Shadrick, right here to my right. And we spoke briefly and we smiled, but there was something. It was like, no, we gotta have lunch. I think we gotta have a further conversation. So we did. We set up a time to have lunch. It was a 2-hour lunch, I think. It was just mostly because we were just, getting to know each other, and I was so curious about the Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation, and I wanted to learn all about it. And I wanted to talk about Maryland Hall, because I love to do that. So it was this wonderful, meeting of the minds. And, I think we both kind of felt like we wanted to stay connected, and, somehow we would do something together maybe someday. And then, like, the last 5 minutes of our meeting together, somehow it came up. Leslie said, well, before we go, I do, have this vision for the next thing, in order to build this orphanage in rural Mexico that I told you about. And she said, it's going to be a fundraiser. And I said, great, tell me about it. And she said, well, I first went to one. It was like Dancing with the Stars, and it was in Hartford, Connecticut. For those of you that know me, I just moved here from the Hartford, Connecticut area. I was at that event, same night that Leslie was at that event. She also said, oh yeah, this guy David Greer put it together. I'm like, I was in a play that David Greer wrote. So we were like starting to feel all these connections, and she said, well, so my vision is that we're gonna, the foundation is gonna do this amazing fundraiser, and all we need is a venue. I said, I got a venue, babe. And that's how it was born. And so it has been, thank you. It has been a joy and an honor to work with the Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation, which you'll learn more about in a moment. Before we get started tonight, I want to make sure that we thank a lot of people. It took a lot of people to pull this off. First and foremost, I really want to shout out, not just for tonight, but for everything they do, the staff at Maryland Hall. And now, I know you're going to hear more about these folks later, but we have some wonderful volunteer judges down here in the first row. I'm very grateful that they're here this evening. We also have Kathy and John Belcher to actually give the award of the Mover and Shaker of the Year 2023. And then, of course, we have our 3 dance studios that served as the teachers and choreographers for the dances for our contestants. And then lastly, we have our 7 amazing contestants that have been spending lots of time over these last 7 months preparing for this evening's event. And before I hand the microphone over, I also want to take a moment for us to thank our sponsors, because we would not be here tonight if it were not for our sponsors that have helped us out with this event. So hold your applause to the end, and we'll applaud all of them. But we want to thank Caliente Grill, Sims & Campbell, Anne Arundel Community College Foundation, Evans Law, Bay Ridge Wine, Shoreline Disposal, Edgewater Bible Church, Katzif Brothers, Pro MD Health, Dr. George Gabriela, the Goddard School in Annapolis, and donations from several individuals that would prefer to stay anonymous. Big round of applause for us. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to show a short video just to celebrate Maryland Hall, and then you'll get to hear from the Shadrick Foundation. Hi, I'm Jackie Coleman, the proud Executive Director of Maryland Hall for the Creative Arts. Let's take a look back at the last 2.5 decades of arts in the heart of Anne Arundel County. Many people have come to Maryland Hall to engage in the arts, from legends presented by Ram's Head to international artists from Kenya, China, Eastern Europe, and so many more. They've all been on our stages, and we cannot forget our wonderful resident companies. There's also been an increase in inclusion and diversity in our staff, classes, programming, people, events, and the community overall. And thinking about our most iconic achievements here at Maryland Hall, the word that comes to mind is growth. Growth in our infrastructure, class offerings, performance offerings, films, oh, so much more. The lab room, the galleries, new seats in the main hall, the outdoor art installations, the dedication of the Michael E. Bush Center for the Arts, putting the DCP projector into the Bowen Theater to support the Annapolis Film Festival, bringing Compass Rose in as a partner in our building, the Chuck Brown Band, CeeLo Green and Step Africa on stage, the community room, it's a newer gem, and the office spaces have evolved. The amount of students and young adults who credit Maryland Hall on leading them down the path to the arts is incredible. We've recently launched the Media Arts Hub. It's a new division at Maryland Hall, now incorporating media arts to the already diverse offerings. We've even built a state-of-the-art recording studio to attend to music and audio interest in our community. Maryland Hall has grown and continues to grow because our community believes in us. From our galleries and classrooms to the old high school stage, we have demonstrated that the breadth of our organization and its dedication to the community is unmatched by like-minded organizations. We thank you for being a part of our story. Let's continue to imagine a Maryland Hall that provides art for all.
Good evening, everyone. So I only got like 3 minutes to talk about my Benjamin. And if you know me, I can talk about Ben all day. And actually, there's a 45-minute podcast on Annapolis of just Benjamin. And I don't think I stopped talking the entire time, did I, honey? I'm going to do my best to keep it to 3 minutes. My name is Leslie Shadrick, and this is my husband, Kurt Shadrick. And who is Benjamin Mario Shadrick? Well, Benjamin Mario Shadrick is our one and only son. And From the very beginning, he had a very difficult life. In utero, we were told he wouldn't last the pregnancy, and when he was born, miraculously, we were told he wouldn't live 3 days. So we were blessed to have him for 3 whole years. And let me tell you, losing a child, there are just no words that can describe the agony. But, you know, James chapter 1 tells us, reminds us to consider pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you are faced with trials of many kinds, because it is the testing of our faith that develops perseverance, and perseverance must finish its work in us so that we can be made whole and complete. Now you may ask, where's the joy in losing a child? Where's the joy in that type of trial? And we asked that same question ourselves, and we searched for it. But we did find joy. We found it in the Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation. And the mission of our foundation is to ease the suffering of children, especially children with special needs. And it's a big job because there's so much suffering in this world. But we were led to Cuernavaca, Mexico, where we have a line of people ready to volunteer and be a part of this important mission to build a safe home for children, to ease their suffering. The children of Mexico need hope. They need someone to care for them and love them unconditionally. There's so much joy right now and hope in us. There's joy because we're all here, all of us individuals, coming together for a common cause. There's joy because we have our community leaders who literally gave of themselves, their valuable time, to learn to dance and risk a lot, coming on stage and performing for us, just to make the world a little bit better. There's so much joy in that. So I welcome all of you to join us in our joy. Give generously, give joyously. I want to thank the judges, the vouchers, Maryland Hall, everyone behind this production, the dance companies, our sponsors, our friends, our future friends and family for your support. Let's get together and build a self-sustainable orphanage for the children of Mexico that will last generations. Thank you all. Enjoy the show and have a great night. God bless you.
Hey, I'm Shadrick. I am the CEO and treasurer of the Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation.
And I am Leslie Suarez Shadrick, and executive director of the Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation, but I prefer the title of Benjamin's mom. The Benjamin Mario Shadrick Foundation was a way for us personally to deal with extreme grief. And we found that through service to others, it took away our focus on our grief, on our loss, and it shifted our focus to giving to others. My family is originally from Mexico, and I spent a lot of time there growing up. As a child, we would spend our summers there, and I remember there were so many children that were homeless on the streets and begging for money. So I think that kind of planted a seed in me of wanting to give and help these kiddos. The United States already has a foster care system in place, and that doesn't exist in Mexico. When a child is homeless, they're either in an orphanage or out on the streets. And this was an opportunity to make an impact in a big way because the American dollar goes a long way in Mexico. There is such an urgent need for safe homes for children in Mexico. There's an increase of homeless children in Mexico right now. And the need is now. The need is yesterday.
We currently have, I would say, about an acre of land identified. It's up the mountains of Cuernavaca. Beautiful place. It's very secluded, which is ideal when they raise special needs kids. So the land is identified. We have to talk to the town to secure the land, and then following that capability.
So we plan on using everything we implemented in Ben's care with these kiddos, and that's what's going to set this orphanage apart from the others.
The plan for this space right here is to turn it into 5 separate bedrooms.
It's not about just providing a space for them to live, a safe space, and feeding them, but it's very specific with what we're feeding them and the actual space itself. Partnering with Maryland Hall made sense, of course, because we're lovers of the art. Dancing and art were very key components to Ben's therapy. He loved dancing and he loved art. Lift your head, lift your head. There you go. How beautiful that these very busy leaders in our community are coming together to dance and celebrate culture and arts. And their act is going to save the lives of so many children and to bring arts to so many who need it in their lives. There's a beauty. There's beauty in that.
That's the why we're here. Now it's time to shift to what we're here to do. And what we're here to do is to let these amazing 7 judges prepare to evaluate the 7 amazing dancers. We're going to turn it back over to our wonderful MC, Leandra Parkinson. Yes. Leandra is an amazing teacher, and I just want to let you know she's teaching 6 different classes upcoming at Maryland Hall. You could take Dancing Through the Decades. It's an adult class. There's a chair dance class if you want to just be in your chair and dance. And there's also hip hop for teens. And there's 6 of them. So you can go on our website, you can look up Leandra's name and find out about all her classes. Because I think by the end of the night you're going to fall in love with her and want to dance with her. But for now, we're going to turn it back over to her and we're going to get this contest started.
We have our judges for the night. Senator Sarah Elfra. Carl Snowden, Chair of the Caucus of African American Leaders of Anne Arundel County. Dr. Dawn Lindsay, President of Anne Arundel Community College. Roxana Rodriguez, owner of Caliente Grill. President, CEO of the Annapolis Maritime Museum. On behalf of Carol Cisco, Managing Partner of Cisco Associates and Board Member of the Annapolis Maritime Museum. Ellie Tierney, Alderwoman, Ward 1, representing the City of Annapolis on behalf of Mayor Gavin Buckley. And Delegate Dana Jones. And now, without further delay, let's spice it up, turn on these Latin beats. These contestants and professionals have donated their precious time choreographing, teaching, learning, and rehearsing various styles of dance, from tango to salsa, merengue, and bachata. This evening, our professional instructors are from Ballet Theater of Maryland, Arthur Murray Dance Studio, Edgewater, Prince Frederick, and Dance in Time Studios. Now, going in alphabetical order, first in line, Frank Campbell, dancing with Nicole Kelsch from Ballet Theater of Maryland.
My name is Frank Campbell. I'm a partner at the law firm of Simmons and Campbell. And I love the people I work with, and I love working with my clients to help create an orderly plan for their families. Part of my family's core for the generations that I've known has been service. My dad was a homicide detective in New York City. We have plenty of folks who served in the military. And when I left my time in the Marine Corps, my wife and I committed to, even though we're not wearing a uniform, we still feel very lucky, privileged, and we wanted to continue to serve our community. So Annapolis is a great place for that. If you put your hand in the air and say, I want to give back and serve where I can, there are plenty of opportunities to share. Yeah, I've always been an awesome dancer. I tell you whether it's, if I'm in New York. So, no, I'm just kidding. I have no previous dance experience at all. But it's been fun. I have a great dance instructor, Nicole and Alice, are helping me through the tango. They are eminently patient with me, and it's a new challenge, and I'm enjoying putting myself out there. I would encourage other folks in the community to put themselves out there and embarrass themselves for an evening in front of friends and family, all in the name of serving others.
Great
Edgewater, Prince Frederick.
I am the Director of Small Business Policy and Community Development at the Comptroller of Maryland. My biggest motivation is seeing that I have the ability to make change in my work, right? So if I am reading through policy, I can make recommendations, I can, I'm considered in that work and in those processes. I love that I can do outreach and go out, learn from community members, speak to business folks, hear what their barriers are and what they're struggling with in our work, and go, when they have to relate to the government, and then that I can come back, bring that to our agency and say, hey, let's start to work on this. But what a mover and shaker means to me is intentional thinking, listening to our community, and pulling that back into the work needed, advocating for policy change, and lifting up the voices of our community. The journey with movers and shakers has been great. I, have been dancing since I was little. I think everybody has, right? Just going to weddings, birthdays. I am Argentine by origin, so my family loves to get together and then dance and hang out. That's part of what we do. I've always danced, just informally. I've never had any sort of training in the way that I'm doing that now. With Matt, it's been really fun. He's taught me a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm much more comfortable with the moves than I was in the beginning. And I think, and I'll pull it back to Shelley now, who says that, if you don't dance every day, you're going to get out of practice no matter what. And I wasn't dancing every day. So now I'm remembering that and feeling like I need to keep this up, and I'm loving it.
Prince Frederick.
So I guess this is movers and shakers, and I guess they figured that if you're the elected county executive of the county, that you must be a mover and shaker. Now they don't know about my body, Makes my work here important to me is that I've always been looking all through my life for ways to address the disparities in who's doing great economically, and then all the people that aren't, that have gotten left behind when the economy grows. And so, we do some great things in the county that are helping people create opportunity so that more people can, live a better life. I can dance, right? As long as nobody's telling me how to dance. So turn on the music, have a good time. You know, I grew up doing that. But then I walked into this dance class where I had to learn salsa, and I had to put my feet in a certain place, and I had to remember moves and get the brain and body connected, where it actually is still kind of art or fun or music. And that's a challenge. Even if I'm in a moving shaker and a dance competition, I'm not going to tell anybody, because then they're going to think I can really dance, and then they set the expectations high and I get out on the dance floor and I just kind of look a fool, and that won't go very well. Because it's a competition.
Dancing with Alexander Collin from Ballet Theater of Maryland.
My name is Lisa Rodhian, and I'm the County Council member for Anne Arundel County District 6, which includes the city of Annapolis and its surrounding areas. I also represent Crownsville and a little part of Millersville. The thing that provides me the most motivation for my work on the County Council is really being able to improve people's quality of life, solve problems that we have, support our county institutions. So my experience with the Movers and Shakers has been a lot of fun. I have done a lot of dancing, but it has been a while since I've done some, and so it's fun to get back into dancing. And Nicole from the Maryland Ballet Theater has been wonderful, and my partner has been wonderful, and just having fun figuring out, how we're going to put this awesome routine together. I really decided to do this because I wanted to have an opportunity to crush Stuart Pittman, and I'm going to crush him.
bachata with Barbara Bernstein from Dancing Time.
Hey everyone, welcome to Downtown Scoop Global Headquarters. I'm Ryan Snedden, publisher of Downtown Scoop, Anchors Away Athletics, and Downtown Kids. Join in.
The great thing about owning your own business is you get to set what you want to do. When you work for somebody else, you don't get as much freedom there. So I want to do what we're doing with Downtown Scoop in 100 different cities, and that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time. And so that's what gets me up every day. Being a mover and shaker is something that requires a lot of responsibility. I never really anticipated that what I was doing with Downtown Scoop would get me into a position like this, where now 10, 15,000 people every day are reading Downtown Scoop and essentially listening to what I say and my team says, which is directed by me. And I always knew I wanted to have a great big thing, but I didn't do it for the reason of people listening to me. I just wanted to create something people liked. You can really help or you can really hurt based on what you say, and so it just requires being very, very careful about what you say and what you do. My previous dancing experience is limited to weddings and the occasional, nonprofit fundraiser that has a good band. It's very uncomfortable by the notion of dancing in front of however many people are sitting out there. But for that reason, I immediately said yes. My rule is, if I'm uncomfortable by something, I do it, always.
What inspires me about the work I do at the Community Foundation is just the difference that we make in the lives of our donors and nonprofits in the community. So because we work with hundreds of donors, helping them fulfill their philanthropic goals, and we also know our nonprofits so well, we're able to be philanthropic matchmakers in the community. And so I just love the fact that every day I get to work with donors, help connect them to nonprofits, and just know that the impact is truly meaningful. It's fun to be called a mover and shaker because those who know me know that I'm just always involved in something new. So yes, I have danced before. I actually spent several years belly dancing for fun, but also performing. We had a wonderful instructor that was like so amazing, and so I was assigned to the tango. I've never danced a tango in my life. Was a little bit worried about it because it is, as my instructor Matt says, a smooth dance. It's something that's really controlled, and the footwork and the timing and the postures that makes the dance so beautiful. So as I've rehearsed with Matt and kind of done some research on my own, I've come to appreciate it more and more, just because it's actually harder than it looks to make sure that you're doing steps correctly. And I'm just hoping that, I get to the dance and don't have any, accidents or anything. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, why not do something new? I'm going for it with the spirit of competition and fun, and so hopefully that comes across.
Dancers, instructors, and dance studios. They have dedicated endless hours to come together for two great causes, and we are grateful beyond belief. Now it is time for the judges to go backstage and start their deliberations. Welcome back, everyone. Who is going to be the first ever Mover and Shaker of the Year? The judges have made their decision, and to help announce the winner, let's please welcome to the stage special guests John and Kathy Belcher.
Welcome, Kathy and John. So, movers and shakers in their own right for their philanthropic contributions to our community. So, we are going to now call onto the stage each of the dancers one at a time, and we have asked we've asked the judges to give us a star. Basically, let's throw a star at each of the dancers as they come out, what they did really great. And yes, just hold up that prize, because I can tell it's upstaging me. Or the mover and the shaker of the year, yes. So we're gonna do that, and then once we read all 7 of the dancers' stars and bring them out on stage, I'm gonna hand the envelope to Kathy and John, and they're going to open the envelope and announce the winner. All right, so come on up here, Leslie. Let's let the dancers take center stage. So first of all, please come on out, Frank Campbell. engaging. And now, please put your hands together for Chanel Johnson. And Chanel, you are truly enjoyable. And then she rocked. Musicality and grace. Stuart Pittman. A place for all to dance. I'm reading this as written. Are you ready? Hot, hot, hot. Brian Stunnan. They needed to close the curtain. Connected. And there's Spencer! And now is the time when I turn over the envelope and the microphone to Kathy and John Belcher. I have no idea. Maria said, do you want to know who the winner is? I said no. So I don't know. We don't know, right? So here you go. Maybe this microphone, you guys get to decide how you're going to do this.
Well, thank you very much, and thank everybody for coming. We're all part of the community here, and these dancers all were fantastic. This is the Academy Award of Annapolis, Anne Arundel County. Over to my good wife, who's going to give the names out. The winner.
So we have the easy job here. All we have to do is open an envelope and announce the name. The judges had the difficult task of narrowing down all these wonderful dancers to this one name in this envelope. And the winner is...
Any bets?
I sure hope you have a job tomorrow. The winner is Lisa.
our teachers have been wonderful, and it's so wonderful to be supporting such a wonderful cause, and I can't even believe this. This is so exciting.
Congratulations. Now, can we please have the judges, organizers, instructors, dancers, everyone come up to the stage for one quick photo. And thank you, everyone. Happy holidays and have a wonderful week.